All right, I took an entire day off, not because I wanted to. Lucy's sick, and it's the beginning of a bout of pancreatitis. The last two times she had to be left at the vets while they uh, gave her intravenous, solution. She won't eat, she won't drink. But this time they sent her home with some medicine. So we got it at the early stages, and she is 100% lethargic, and she won't. Last night she did get up off the recliner and come and get in bed. She usually sleeps between my legs at night, and she did that last night, so that was a good sign. Anyway, it's an hour over there to our vet, and then an hour or more at the vet, and then an hour home. So there was the morning, and the afternoon. On the way home, I stopped, and when I used that G10, this is another reason I won't be using G10. It dulls even my router bit. This is a brand new bit, $30 for that thing. So I had to replace the router bit. That's $30. I had to buy new blades, and that's $25. So good Lord, I do have some. I've mentioned it before. Let me sit in my chair here. I've mentioned the fact that I have some Kydex for liners. I will save that, and that's the only Kydex I'm going to use. Now, I have heard that, well, come on up. I've heard that there is a blade that you can mount on these just for Kydex. And if that's true, that would really, why do I keep saying Kydex? I don't know. I mean G10. G10. I have G10 liners in here. And I like using G10 liners. They look nice. I just don't like cutting them because they ruin all my cutting stuff. But if they make a blade that I can put on here just for the G10, heck, I'll buy that blade and just keep using G10 for liners only. I won't be using G10 for handle material anymore. It's way too messy, and I do not have the kind of ventilation you need to suck that dust away, and it's really dangerous. It's glass beads. So anyway, this is Tuesday. I mailed Jay Wallace's knife yesterday. I mailed the pink Kydex neck knife yesterday, and mystery buyer, he'll be getting his knife. Well, I mailed that yesterday too. So anyway, here we are. I'm back in the shop. I've got 4 knives to make. Another mystery buyer, a neck knife. My webmaster, Mike, is getting 2 knives. And, God, I forget to... Get out, baby. Get down. Oh, I forgot his name. Oh yeah, Phil. Okay, that's the North Country 32. And right now I'm going to replace that bit and get to work grinding, because that's where I'm at now. The grinding is the next step. Oh, and the link to my website at first did not work. The website's there, but I had neglected to put HTTPS in front of my website. I just put www, and that did not make it a live link. So I've gone back. Oh, that was what I spent the rest of the day doing, going back to the 200 videos. I have 2,000 videos, and what I'm doing now is going back through all my videos, removing my original Amazon link, and putting my website link, my affiliate links in. And I have tossed this idea back and forth in my head of a donate button, and I went ahead and I put a PayPal donate button. Here's the reason. I have a handful of videos that have gotten millions of views, and some of them people have sent me the nicest comments on about helping them do something, whether it was backing up or building something or digging a well. And I thought I would give the option to those people who really appreciated a video where I taught them how to do something to throw me a buck or two. And you know, I don't. I don't want my regular subscribers to think that I'm soliciting donations from them. But on some of them videos where I showed people how to do something, I don't think there's anything wrong with giving somebody the opportunity to throw me a buck or two. So anyway, don't feel like I'm putting it there to obligate anyone at any time for any reason. I'm just giving the opportunity on those handful of videos that somebody might choose to, you know, show me some appreciation for saving them some money or something. So that's it. So don't think twice about that. It's there, and it's going to be on all of them. But that's the reason I put it there, and not for any other reason. So don't feel like you are. I'm putting any pressure or expect anything, and I may never get a penny, which is just fine. See, it's even icky to talk about. So I've started putting it on there, and I'm 200, actually I'm 300 videos deep now into putting it there. And to remove it, my God, it took me half the day to go back and readjust my website link. So it's there. I'm not going to go back and remove it, no matter how it makes me feel. And I'm probably one of the few that don't anymore, or that didn't for as long as I did. So there's that. All right, I'm going to put this in there. I'm going to get to grinding.
Well, here is why you keep your fingers gloved and away from the belt. It just got a little bit of skin and a little bit of fingernail. No real meat. Boy, I tell you what, that was close.
Yeah, you can see that was so close. It didn't, got just a little bit of meat, just a little bit of fingernail. Yeah, my fingernails are dirty. My fingernails are always dirty. Unless, you know, right after I take a shower, they're clean. But it doesn't last long because I'm out here. I was doing a video in my old shop where I was working on a lawnmower, and all my fingernails had grease underneath them. And somebody actually said that I was a gross pig and I should clean my fingernails out before doing a video. And I was thinking, you gotta be kidding me. This is someone who has never worked on engines or gotten dirty, that doesn't understand why grease and dirt are packed underneath your fingernails, and how when the day is done and you take a shower, there's no more dirt. But the second you come back in your shop and start just pulling your gloves on, packed dirt underneath your fingernails. I mean, my God. Those are the kind of people, I'm not going to say who, but a very close relative of mine had such an aversion to getting his little hands dirty that he was pretty much useless for anything except being inside typing on a computer, because he hated getting dirt on his hands, and you couldn't ask him to pick anything up until he went and got gloves, even if it wasn't dirty, or even though it was just like dirt on the ground, this kind of dirt, you know. He wouldn't pick it up if he didn't have gloves. If he got the slightest little bit of nick or a scratch, he would have to stop and go wash it, get a Band-Aid, and tell everybody about it. Worthless. You know, in my world. I mean, you know, probably has some value in his world, but not in the working man's world. Anyway, let me get to sanding. There's 2, 3, 4, and my day is spent sanding. I'm going to start at 180. Since the last grit here is 120, I'm going to start at 180. I'm going to get all 4 of these sanded up to 180, get the sanding lines out of there, and then we'll go from there. Oh, Lordy, that took some sanding. All right, this is North Country 32s. This is getting a stone wash finish. That is sanded up to 120 right there. I've got all the grind lines sanded out. Now I start sanding the previous grit out and From this point on, it gets a little easier sanding. And next, I'm going to do Mike's 2 knives, but after doing that, I realized when I grind the flats on my 6x48, there's my 6x48. These are my combat abrasives belts. I have 80 and 120. I stopped grinding the flats at 80, and sweet mother of God, did I have to sand my butt off to get the 80 grit sanding lines out. So these other 3 knives, I'm going to put my 120 belt on this and grind the 80 grit lines out. And I'm telling you what, these combat abrasive belts, they're called shredder belts, and they are not lying. I had to be really careful grinding. They grinded so much material off so quickly that I had to really slow down my my grinding, my bevel grinding process, because the bevels were getting away from me, which is nice. And the thing is, I've ground 4 knives on this, and normally I would have gone through a belt by now. These belts, this one here, that's not on, that's the 80, that's the 120. They're still like brand new. I am 100% sold on combat belts. They're shredder belts, and it's a learning process because they do take more meat off quicker, and you got to be careful. So next, I'm going to put my 120 on this and sand out the 80 grit marks on the flats. You can see them. All right, that's what I'm doing. All these. I'll show you what they look like next. I've been calling this knife mystery buyer's knife, but the truth is, it's for a subscriber that doesn't know they're getting a knife. And I've decided that I'm going to do this every once in a while. Just pick someone out and make a knife, and they won't know it's theirs until I'm done with the knife and I ask them for their shipping address. So that's what this is. This is not a mystery buyer. This is a mystery subscriber. And there's no real certain, I don't have like a method of just picking people. I honestly, you're going to think it's corny, but I sort of search my soul and just, my wife even had input, and she even agreed about the person I had picked. Actually, it was her that picked, and I agreed. So we both felt compelled to make a knife for the same subscriber. So that's your knife, subscriber. And you watch all my videos, and you comment on all my videos, and you're the first of the subscriber giveaway knives. You don't got to do nothing. You don't even got to comment. I mean, I'm talking about anybody who wants a knife, and I'm not like, I don't know, I just feel like giving something back to my subscribers. That's what I feel like. And it's kind of a cool thing to just wake up and have, a gift, especially a gift that's handmade. So I'm going to finish. I'm not even sure how much more I can go today. My hands are wore out, and I'll tell you the secret. I think I may have mentioned that or maybe that was in a phone call. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I have gout. I've been to the doctor over and over and over, and they keep referring me to people that I feel like they don't really have an interest in finding the cause. They want to get me in, get me on some drugs, and get me out of there. So I'm done going to the doctor about this. The pain is to the point where for about 3 days I got just barely a couple hours of sleep at night, and not good sleep. And last night was the first night I've slept all night in several days. Now, I'm still hurting, but nowhere near as much as I was before. And here's the thing. Uric acid is what is one of the triggers for gout. High meat consumption is one of the things that create uric acid, among others. But anyway, I'm on a 3-day fast. This is day 2. I'm not the least bit tempted to eat. I'm not going to say I'm not hungry, but I can, I was hungry a lot as a kid, and I know hungry, and it's really easy to put it out of your mind. So this is day 2. Tomorrow will be day 3, and Thursday, actually, my wife and I are going to take our motorcycles, and we're going over to Vivian, Louisiana, to a place called Becky's. And they serve what they call a Sasquatch burger, because apparently you got to be the size of a Sasquatch to eat the whole thing. And they have a chicken fried steak that is the size of a plate. They got onion rings that are this freaking big. And we're going to go over there and get us some lunch and ride back. It's probably about an hour back. And so I'll be working out here tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and then Thursday I won't be out here. So, there you go. I'm on a 3-day fast. My toe already, that's my right toe, already feels a little bit better. And I'm taking ibuprofen as much as I can take without getting sick. I'm making a knife for a subscriber, and I'm going to continue doing that. I really can't say how often, whenever the thought strikes me, I suppose. And I can't say for who. I'm just going to pick someone out that I feel moved to make a knife for, and you won't even know it's being made for you until I ask you for your address. So, there you go. All right. I'm going to try and finish sanding this. I got North Country 32. I got his grind line sanded out. I have Mike's Dinner Skinner, the grind line sanded out. I still got a long way to go on sanding all these. Mystery subscriber, I probably will start that tomorrow. I'm hoping to get this sanded up to 120 today. And I may drink a cup of coffee, take a break, and then feel like getting on mystery subscribers. So there we go. Let me do a little more work, and then if I can get both sides of this, see the end that's in the vise is done, and now I work on this end. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to stop and drink a cup of coffee, and maybe I'll feel like doing that today too. Gentlemen, welcome Box Elder Birch to the stale. Box Elder Burl. Come on, work it, work it.